Boom. I think we're live. Okay, we're live.
Manty,
We are doing recap and back testing right
you didn't even.
now. I'm sorry, I was not able to do that. I was very, very busy. Okay,
Can you check your DMs at least?
after, okay? So, my analysis going into the day. Wait, I'm gonna wait for a little bit more people to join up and we're gonna get into it. Because I want to go over my overall analysis, or my journal right here, where I wrote it in. It was a win today. Psychology was very good. Were we productive? Good. Not very good, but I'd say it's good. So this is what I'm keeping track of. We're gonna wait for a little bit more people to join up.
Are you sharing screen, by the way?
Yeah, I am right now. I'm sharing screen. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we have enough people. Okay, this should be enough people. So, I was expecting to run higher, and my reasoning for that, look at this. When we had this midnight candle, we had this midnight open right here. Right over here, I'm just going to get as close to it as possible, and I'm going to mark out our open. So, straight off open, we ran away from our regular trading hour gap, which this is what I really want to see be respected and held. Right here, I want to see us, I knew we were going to come back up and fill it eventually, but when we leave it, retrace, and we start shooting away from it, we can expect us to just completely reverse away from it. Or, I mean, to completely run away from it, and that's exactly what we did. So after right here, I mean, Valid, he took a short, oh shoot, Valid took a short off of this BPR right here. If it, my charts don't break anymore. So, Valid took a short. He took a short right off this BPR right here, which was perfect. You can see how this lined up perfectly. Short right here, we're right below. And another thing I'd like to mention, we were not below, or we were not above midnight open, but we had a shift in market structure and a thorough retrace. I gotta double check to see if this was OTE of our range. And yeah, I'd say it's OTE. Right here. You see tapped to 705 of our OTE almost perfectly. So this is Valid short, which congratulations to Valid. This is actually perfect. And let's do this. I put it in here. We both started taking trades together. Where does this show it? I don't have a screenshot of. I gotta mute that dude. Where's it at? Okay. But basically I give Valid, or yeah, we both went over it. He took that short. He was up with 5 NQ contracts. He was up over, I think it was like a $2,000-ish. I'll find it. I have it right here. Right in here. This is it. 2.8k, almost 3k from him, which is perfect. He was on a PA. So short here, down to here. He used the standard deviations to find his exit, which I'm not sure where he marked it out from. More logical place for him would probably be here, which that did not really hold up. Let's do this high, this low. Okay, this seems like it's way better. This high, prominent swing high, down to the prominent swing low. When we nailed our fourth standard deviation, which I think that was his exit. I don't remember how I marked it out. But we tagged it and we started reversing. So, first thing after that, I was like, you do realize, hopefully you guys realize, this inversion fair value gap right here, if you guys saw my stream, this is where I took my long. It was just quick 50 handles, quick $1,000 on demo. So right here, close above this fair value gap, and we are obviously reversing. This is our higher time frame narrative. We run into a first standard deviation and we start running up higher. We finish our expansion. What do we still have up here? We did not print all this yet. So this wick right here, we barely had a wick. Like this was the extent of our wick right here. Oh wait, no, it was right back here. This was the extent of it. So we needed some more distribution, which I said in my journal. We needed, or it was initially bullish, but I want to see a 15-minute sell form. But we are lacking the manipulation higher, which we did not have. I wish I would have put it in here. This right here. This is what we are lacking. As you can see, this looks really funky. I don't like how this looks. We need more of a wick here. So that makes me obviously think we have some destruction we have to do up here. So this is my overall target for the day. I am going back, which the theme of this video is going to be, I'm returning into a student, or I'm turning into a student, trying to take smaller setups, low-hanging fruit, and more conservative targets. So I could have very well held out until we hit midnight open, because that would have been a very, how do I say this, respectable and reasonable target. It would be a logical target to target that. But in my mindset, this is what my entry was right here. First entry of the day. This order block, I really like to see the bodies respected, and that is where, right here, I took the long. When the body started respecting this inversion fair value gap, I took a limit order. Even though I was supposed to use a market, I took a limit right here. So my stop loss right below consequent encroachment of this order block, or mean threshold of this order block, and consequent encroachment of this inversion fair value gap. And that was $1,000 right there. Boom, full take profit. It was a quick, no drawdown trade, bodies respect, and it was 2 minutes straight into my take profit. So that was a really good trade. That was the first trade of the day. And going into it again, I was watching, and me and Valid, we both saw this setup form right here, and I'm going to go over this. Which, it was right here, we ran through this low, seeing what was the reoccurring theme. Can someone tell me what I saw here, or what we're doing? Someone tell me, what are we doing here? Okay, since no one wants to talk. We are right here. Bodies are respecting the run of the slow and this fair value gap. So we're respecting, we tap into this order block. This is where I took my longs. So I took longs right here. Boom, so the bodies respect. Same exact premise, low hanging fruit target. And my stop goes straight outside the fair value gap right here, which never got tagged. The second we ran up higher and started reacting to this fair value gap right here, this is where I started, or this is where I put my stop loss to break even, because I was thinking we could retrace a little bit lower than this. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to show you what happened. Valid, he ended up taking longs off this small fair value gap when we tagged into it, when we fully filled it. So this is, I mean, yeah, I signaled this to him. I told him to take longs right here. He took it on straight of it, his PA account with 10 NQ contracts right here, and he targeted out the same take profit as me. So we got basically the same trade, long, full take profit, midnight open, nailed, and that was about it. And that was plus 2,000. And I think what I did good, you guys will see it in the video I upload. All night last night, I was studying accumulation, manipulation, distribution, AMD, and kind of order flow of taking lowest longs. And I also went over risk management and how to identify power 3 basically. And it was just trading with the continuation with higher probability setups and taking more conservative targets. So with that in mind, I kind of want to see a reversal when we enter the PM session, which we kind of got. As you can see, we enter the PM session, the characteristics of a Thursday. After PM, we usually reverse. ICT taught us that in the core content, but directly after, or during a Thursday, we typically have the tendency to reverse in the PM session, and that's what we did. Shift the market structure right below here. We retrace into this. I'm not entirely sure if we had a fair value gap that formed right here, but I really want to see a unicorn setup form. So let's see if there was a fair value gap that formed that would have constituted one. And I don't really think there was. So there wasn't really anything. It was still the breaker that we retraced into and tapped into almost perfectly, which is good. And you could have taken shorts, just a conservative target down to this low-hanging fruit. Or you could take more of these continuation plays of when you already get the higher time frame narrative, when you see this start to be respected. And what is this right here? We have 3 drives. We run out liquidity. 1, 2, 3. Smart money is ramming out, generating more, I guess you could say trapping buyers, I guess, or they're stacking in their position, whatever you want to call it. This is a good place to start looking for shorts. So when we close below this fair value gap, inversion fair value gap, after the 3 drives, which makes it higher probability, and we already shift the market structure, and we tap into this breaker, all of that is starting to look really good for shorts. So right here, retrace into here, you could do constant encroachment 0.25, it doesn't matter, and you could have held shorts all the way down to this low hanging fruit target, or if you already saw this start to be respected, you could have taken a safer trade off of, I don't want to call this a mitigation block, but we could just say that this order block plus fair value gap right here, and we tag into it. Fair value gap, consequent encroachment is respected. We shoot a little bit lower. And I want to use standard deviations, or our standard deviation right here, and see how this holds up, because I feel like we should be using this swing high down to this swing low for it, which we tag into our reversal zone right now, but I also want to see what it look like right here, because we started accumulating or reaccumulating inside of this range. But that's all I really have for you guys. Do you have any questions?
Does a fair value gap have to have 3 candles, or is it just like going up steeply or down
It
steeply?
just has to be the gap. It doesn't have to be 3 consecutive candles. It could be like for, let's see, this for example, this down close candle, up close candle, as long as it's a gap right here, as long as there's a gap between candles, this is a fair value gap.
Okay.
This is one too. You can see we tag into it and we start pushing lower from it. See?
Yeah.
You could use a fair value gap indicator if you're having trouble finding it. Alright, do you have any other questions? I think we should be good from that. I'm gonna go over my other win. I had one other win. That win came from stake, which It was pretty funny.
Gambling.
Yeah, that's right. 20 cents turned into 168. Which is, I'm gonna put the clip in there. But yeah, look at this. From 20 cents, 842 multiplier. Imagine that. Imagine $1, putting $1, and it turning into almost 1,000. So that's all I really had for you guys. But I'm making a video right now. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'll throw clips of everything in here. It'll all look really well. But I was supposed to backtest. I don't think will have enough time. I could do a separate backtest session if you guys want to later. If you guys want to do that. So if you guys want to backtest later, let's do it. So I got to take care of this. I got to take care of some other stuff. I got to finalize my moving. And I should be good from there. So you guys can just put in or just at me in trading chat. Tell me whenever you guys want to backtest and just let me know, okay?
Who do you think you're talking to,
Faggot.
faggot?
Alright, have a